Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to Boardwalk Hall at the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for tonight's main event. 12 rounds, light heavyweights between Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins. Roy Jones Jr. is on his way to the ring. Boy, he looks confident. We've seen it many times with him through the years, but tonight, he's bubbling with confidence. Bernard Hopkins is almost giving you the feeling here that he's completely indifferent to all the pressure. I mean, this is a guy that's been there, done that, and he couldn't care less about the pressures that are in front of him.
In the blue corner, with a record of 54 victories, with 40 by knockout and 7 defeats, from Pensacola, Roy Jones Jr. And his opponent across the ring, with a record of 51 victories, 32 by way of knockout and 5 losses. Hailing out of Philadelphia, the Executioner, Hopkins.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourselves at all times. Let's touch them up.
Get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about. It's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number 1. Good work with the combinations there. Bernard Hopkins is now really on target. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with the counterpunching.
Well, the old timers used to say when you're calm in there, when you're in control in there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
Come on, kid, focus. Teddy, talk to me about this matchup from a defensive side of the game when you have two speedy fighters matching up.
Well, you know what? I'm going to whisper in my guy's ear a little bit. I'm going to say, you know what? Use his speed against him. Step out a little bit. Let him shadow box a little bit. There's nobody there. And when he misses, step right back in. Make him pay.
A headshot blocked. Bernard Hopkins is impressing the judges and himself with that right hand. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Another huge shot comes in early on in this fight from him.
Well, he understood that his opponent, Joe, was a slow starter. He's jumping right on him, taking advantage.
Roy Jones Jr. doing well here with that two-punch combination. Overhand right can be so effective. Roy Jones Jr. is hit by a counterpunch there. The way these two are going at it early on, they're going to break the punch stat computer.
Well, they're trying to break more than that. They're trying to break each other's will.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by the executioner. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. Big shot up top, he really got to him there. Jones is nailed by a hook. Oh, veteran move, counter shot to the head. Goes up top with a right hand. Roy Jones Jr. is on the receiving end of a very good counterpunch. Roy scores well with the double jab. To the head he goes with a left hand. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by the executioner. And now he's targeting upstairs. You see, he sits and waits and then with that counter punch by Roy Jones. Solid hook upstairs.
Round comes to an end here. An enjoyable night sitting ringside. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. A lot better than our day we spent at the horse track the other day. We couldn't get any winners, at least I couldn't. But we were talking about the fact that so many parallels to be made between boxing and life boxing and all these other sports we enjoy, like horse racing, of being well-conditioned and working your way up to this one singular moment.
Yeah, well, the trainer obviously has to get the athlete, in this case, athlete happens to be over 1,000 pounds, and that's a horse. You know, at peak condition, he has to look at a calendar just like a trainer does with a fighter, know when the race is, know when the fight is, and not get used up out on the track, or used up, of course, in the gym.
Blocks that blow, and then a counter uppercut. Oh, what an uppercut.
And just grabbing onto his opponent. Teddy, you can try to put a label on Roy Jones Jr., but I don't know that you can necessarily classify him as any one style of boxing.
No, he's a guy that breaks the rule book. He would drive traditional trainers batsy. I mean, really, they would get nuts because he does everything you're not supposed to do. He pulls back from punches instead of slipping them. He drops his hands instead of keeping his hands up. He dares you to make a mistake, and he dares you to catch him while he's making mistakes. If there's ever a guy that you could compare him to, I would say a little bit to Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali was the engineer. He was the pioneer of making wrong right.
Good flush shot upstairs. Big right hand from Roy Jones.
Keep that head moving.
And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on. Final minute of this round that has been nothing but 2 straight minutes of non-stop fury.
Fasten your seatbelt. More turbulence ahead.
Oh, what a shot upstairs.
He's going to have to grab on.
The executioner has done it. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Big, big shot he just scored with. He goes down for the first time. Bernard Hopkins finding a way to dig deep into that reservoir of will and energy and strength, getting up, beating the count. Takes one, but gets one. Good work by the executioner. Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. A solid, true uppercut by the executioner. Hopkins has got to rely on his corner now to do what it takes to get his back physically and mentally. It's always a challenge when you hit the ground. Oh, what a hook upstairs. 'With the left hand after getting tagged himself. Roy Jones Jr. is winning the fight to me based on his overall speed. He's just a faster, quicker fighter, and it's making it so that he's able to employ his ways and get the best of his opponent.
Oh, he has that physical asset, no doubt about it. You can see it. But he has to be careful that he doesn't get carried away. He doesn't get reckless with that speed.
Good shot to the head with that right hand. Well timed by Roy Jones. He took a step back, landed the counterpunch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
Really on the mark with that over-the-top shot with the right hand. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Punches and bunches, combination up top. Bernard Hopkins is missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. 90 seconds to go here in this round.
Wow! He gets floored with one single shot. He was just torn down like an old building. This fight is over. Boxing writers are going to have a field day with this early knockout, Teddy. Raising one guy, and tons of criticism is going to be targeted on his opponent.
Yeah, two ways you could criticize his opponent. One is that obviously his technique was not right, and that came from training camp. But the other is more directed to his corner, that they didn't warm him up right. I mean, he came out cold. There was no sweat on him, and he got starched.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening.